Hello, my name is Chris Zagalo, and I've come here today to talk about one of my stories in my book called Running with Rainbows, The Afterlife, and Other Stories. This is about a fellow named Dr. Bob. He was an orthopedic surgeon, and we had gone on some family ski trips together, and his children, my children, grew up in the same school, and so we were familiar in that way, as well as the sporting events our children were involved in. And we had a few visits to his office with my running and aerobics and my children and their activities. And so we knew him pretty well. He retired, and after he retired, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's. He had hoped to spend retirement running like he loved to do, as he had been doing that his whole life, but now he was limited to his abilities. He eventually passed away from the Parkinson's, and when I went to the memorial to listen to his mass, I sat in the very back because I wanted to see where I could find him, and as I often do, and search for those that come in and or don't. And I couldn't find him anywhere, and kept looking, and finally I found him, and he was close by. It looked like on a running on a path, on a dirt path, on a hillside in a very nicely treed area. And he looked like he had no intentions on coming in, but he was going to just watch for a little bit. So he watched, and there were some songs sung. One of them was the Beatles song, and he kind of smiled and chuckled as if it had some meaning behind it, which showed me that even there's some emotion in the afterlife. And then when Ave Maria was played, you could tell that he came in. That affected him a little bit more. And he heard his daughter speak about him, which was beautiful. And then his son began to speak. And that's when Dr. Bob came even closer in the altar. And I could see the golden light between their hearts. It was beautiful. And his son spoke of him, of his dad, and how he loved God and felt like people needed to pray more. And when his dad would be out running, that he often ran by a patient's house and would knock on their door to see how they were doing. So he was a very caring man, and now he was finally able to run again. He continued to stay in that area and then greeted his family, and as they were ending the service, the priest performed communion, and after that he announced that there would be food served. And at that time, Dr. Bob completely raised up his head to the ceiling, his arms stretched straight out in a beautiful white robe that looked almost angelic. He lifted up and flew over everyone, giving a blessing. And even in the back, I could feel the healing. And I just sat there and thought, wow, you know what? I was expecting to see him, but I didn't expect that. When I told his wife about it, after that, a few months after that, and she talked about how important it was to hear the information and the connection that she was going to share with her children. And one thing that I told her was new, is that I could see now that a little dog was also running alongside of him. And she smiled and said, yes, our dog just got some infections and just in the last couple of days passed away. So I'm glad that they found each other. So we don't always know what goes on in this great picture of life here and over there, or if you want to say, or just across the veil, that's all that it is. We don't die. We stay connected. We stay, in maybe a little bit different way, but we're always near each other. And when we need help and support, they do come and they do tell us things. Sometimes we don't always hear, and sometimes we have to talk to somebody that can hear, which I get to do oftentimes, and get to relay messages. And so I'm asking you today to think about these things, to think about the love and support that you share with family and friends, and to make sure that it's always good, that we have no judgment with each other and we have forgiveness and understanding. It's so important to share love and light in every way that we can. So I'm going to do today what I often do at the end of my videos. I'm going to go downtown, wear my hat, and share love and light with everyone I meet. Go downtown and I open up my heart, close my eyes, and just feel it going everywhere to share as much as I can because the world needs it. So I'm asking you to do this too. Send peace and love and harmony to everyone and everything that you meet. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.